So how did this all come to be? Well, it all started 15 years ago, Friday, August 1st, 2003 at 8 p.m. in the afternoon. I took my wife Wendy to a James Taylor concert at the Excel Center. And during the intermission, James came out and made a really big deal about this guy that lives in Circle Pines, Minnesota, just north of here, named Jim Olson, built all his guitars for him. And I thought that was amazing. So I looked him up online and I called Olson Guitars first thing Monday morning after the concert. And I thought I'd get a receptionist or an answer machine. The phone rang twice, and a fellow picked up the phone and said, "Hello?" I said, "Is Jim there?" And he said, "This is Jim." And long and the short of it, 45 minutes later, I was in his shop and started my mentorship with the one and only Jim Olson of Olson Guitars. So anyway, that Monday afternoon in August of 2003, I looked Jim Olson in the eye. I said, "Jim, that's amazing. You build guitars for James Taylor? What's up with that? I mean, how do you do that? How do you do that?" And he said, "Well, you go to stumac.com and you order a kit. And when that comes, you put that together, and after you've completed your kit, you come back and you can ask me a question then on how do you build guitars, because you don't have any idea what you're even asking right now." So I did. I bought two. And this is the very first one. It's number one. And I feel pretty good about it because I finished it. Jim told me he didn't even finish his first guitar. And I built, the second kit was another Dreadnought, and I sold that for $1,800 to my very good friend and benefactor, Bill Riley. And this is where it started. So the sun is set and it's nighttime here in the offices of JWA Guitars, but I'm going to plow through this and try to get this last segment done. So after that fateful day in 2003, Jim Olson's guitar shop, I spent the next 12 years taking orders and building custom commission guitars and other instruments for others. Then last year, I retired from my day job. By the grace of God, retired to my basement guitar shop, from whence it's my intention to finish well. And the motivating factor now is curiosity. I think that's a good way to age well. And as I've told my kids, if I'm not learning something new every day, I'm either not paying attention or not trying. So I asked myself, what is the effect on the traditional guitar voice if you take the traditional guitar form and throw it clean off the deep end? And I didn't want to spend any of my creative right brain energy coming up with unique guitar forms, so I Googled Cubist guitar image because I knew Picasso had done several, and I came up with his Picasso's blue guitar. This was an anonymous rendering of a Cubist guitar that I found. This was the wackiest one I could find and thought that would be interesting to build. And then why I Googled Cubist to begin with was, this is a favorite painting of mine from art school. It's Picasso's The Old Guitarist. And I really wanted to know what the old guitarist's guitar sounded like. So I took all these images and I scanned them into my CAD system, scaled the length of the drawing to 20 inches, typical guitar body length, and then I built them. And then lo and behold, all one day, they all showed up on the cover of American Lutherie. So that was pretty affirming to get that kind of support from our professional guild. So the next question I asked myself after I quit my day job and retired to the basement guitar shop was, what happens to the traditional guitar voice when you take the notion that guitars are a forest product? They're built out of wood. You take that idea and you take that and just push it off the deep end. The result of that was the Epic Maple Burl series, and this is the guitar that gave it the name, where it's about a third of the top is a big burl rosette, and I put burl everywhere I could imagine, on the headstock, on the heel cap, on the heel, on the tail, on the zipper. And I have 4-piece sides, so I got these little burl growths that actually have contour to them. They're sticking out. I didn't sand them down. I really wanted to make a burl guitar, so burl bridge, right? And guess what? It sounds like a guitar. So the Cubist series and the Epic Maple Burl series were built because I was simply curious how the traditional guitar voice would be affected if you push the idea of traditional guitar form off that cliff and you took the idea that guitars are made out of wood and push that to another extreme over this way. How I will continue to work and finish will be, hopefully, by the grace of God, stay curious. This is a pine guitar that I built 6 years ago that is my personal guitar, and I love how this sounds. And you know why? Because I love how it looks. And this is what I know. If you like what you're looking at, you're gonna like how it sounds better than if you don't.